Hey, how's everybody doing? Today we are working change of direction. So we have Resh and Greg here helping us out. And so for today, change of direction with a lot of the other things that we try to do is, we want to have a progression, a clear-cut progression, and where we want to start and where we want to finish with a lot of our movements. So just like everything else with our change of direction, we break it down into 3 different blocks. So specifically today, we're going to work on block 1, change of direction. So with our block 1, change of direction, a couple things we really want to try to focus on. One is implementing our pause and hold technique. And when we implement our pause and hold technique, what we're trying to do is really just slow down the movement, emphasize posture and positioning, emphasize deceleration and acceleration positions, make sure we have stable joints, stable core at those crucial change of direction points, right? So before we make these movements more reactive, we have to make sure we're getting into the correct position and getting out of the correct position to improve our change of direction ability. Now, a couple other things we want to do is we want to make sure we're implementing some of our basic movement patterns and basic starting positions, right? So that means everything we do today is going to be up on our feet. It's going to be from a set position. We're going to work our split stance sprint position. We're going to work on sprinting out of our athletic stance. We're going to work on just sprinting, backpedaling, and side shuffling. So some very basic movement patterns, right? Before we get into these more explosive movements, more reactive movements, more challenging positions and drills, we want to make sure we have the basics down, right? Those are the ones that are really going to support our ability to change directions efficiently, right? When we do change a direction efficiently, it makes it more explosive, all right? And the other thing we want to do is start implementing some of our teaching cues, our habits, the things that we want to point out for proper movement patterns. So we want to make sure we're implementing those right now as well. The other thing is these are all closed drills. So basically what that means is the parameters are set. I'm going to sit here, I'm going to tell Resh and Greg exactly what it is we're trying to do, right? So the difference would be an open drill is where it's maybe more reactive, where in the drill I'm saying left, right, forward, backwards, or I'm changing up the parameters of the drill while they're moving. Today, everything will be set and it's a closed drill, all right? The other thing with our block 1 movements is we want to keep our volume low and our rest high. And the reason for that is, one, depending on when we're implementing this and why we're implementing our block 1 movement, is we want to keep it more instructional. We want to make sure we're emphasizing the importance of proper position, right? So we do that so the low volume allows us to focus on that proper positioning without being fatigued. Once we've ingrained those proper movement patterns into our body, then we can begin to increase our volume and decrease our rest and make it a little bit more game specific. But before we get there, our first step is making sure we're implementing the correct patterns. Okay? All right, you guys ready to go? So with that, a lot of our warm up today is going to be more movement prep based. So if you need to, make sure you go ahead and get a little bit of an extra dynamic warm up or warm up in on your own. We're going to skip that part of it and we're going to get into a lot more of our movement prep movements, okay? So first thing is we're going to do, guys, is we're just going to start basic snap downs. And so what this is, we're going to break it down into 3 positions. It's going to be a 1 position, 2 position, and a 3 position. And what we're doing and teaching here is proper deceleration and acceleration off of 2 feet. So our 1 position is going to be with our hands up all the way overhead, with our heels elevated off the ground, and this basically simulates our full extension position. Now we're going to go 2, and we're going to snap down into our athletic stance, our deceleration position. Now, don't do it, but 3 is going to be a jump. Ready? 3, jump, and land right back down in that athletic stance. Good, now we're going to stop and reset. So it's going to be 1, hands up, 2, 3, land in our 2 position. Good, so now what we're doing here is we're breaking down, go ahead, relax. We're breaking down just that basic jump pattern, which teaches us basic acceleration and deceleration. All right, so we're gonna go 3 more of those, ready? 1, 2, and 3. Good, stand stand back up. And you'll notice when they go from their 1 to their 2 position, they're snapping their hands down and they're ripping their hips back, right? So rip the hips back is a cue for us. Ready? 1, 2, rip the hips back because we want that downward movement to be explosive to simulate a deceleration position. And 3, good. And then for that, stand up, relax. And for that 3, you can always substitute in jump, but make sure you're clear about that in the beginning. So guys, we're gonna go 1 position, 2 position, and then it's gonna be jump, land back in our 2. Ready? 1, 2, rip the hips back, and jump. And relax, good. All right, now, a little bit more challenging, and you can always work this one in or take it out if you need to. We're gonna now work single leg snap downs. A lot of what we do happens in that single leg movement pattern where you're putting that leg out, you're planting and you're decelerating. All right, so this single leg snap down is gonna help teach us that, help get us stable in the ankle, the knee, and the hip for when we do have those single leg decelerations. All right, so we're gonna go on the right leg. We're gonna start in that 1 position. We're gonna snap down to the 2, and we're just gonna work our 1 and 2 position today. All right, so ready? 1, left knee up. That's it, take your time, toe up, and 2. Snap it down. That's all right. Good, stand up and relax. So one thing we wanna point out here, a couple things is too, the speed of our snap down, right? That's all based on our ability to balance. So if we have good balance, we can make it a more explosive snap down. If our balance isn't quite there yet, or maybe we have good balance on one leg but not the other, slow down the speed of that snap down to allow you to get in the proper position. All right, here we go. Ready? 1, so knee up, toe up, and 2. Good, perfect. And let's do it again. 1, and 2. Good, relax. All right, and hey, some reps were good, some reps we don't. But what we can always do is use that other leg as a little just kickstand. So tap that toe down, get your balance, and then regroup. Let's switch over to the other leg. All right, and we're gonna go 3 on this left leg here. Ready? So 1 and 2. Good. So rip those hips back up. 1 and 2. Good, work in good position. You just want to watch we don't lean over too far, so come up a little bit, right? So in that 45-degree angle, nice athletic stance in that single leg. 1 more, 1 and 2. Snap it down, stick and hold. We're looking for vertical shins, toe, knee lined up. Upper back positioning, we're going to tuck that chin down just a little bit and shoulders back. Perfect, good, relax. All right. And now I was talking there, but I was purposely talking a little bit too because I want them to stick and hold that position. And again, it's really important that we are stable and strong in that single leg position. And then if we're not able to do those single leg snap downs, we really work to progress to doing those single leg snap downs. They help teach us positioning and they make us strong for putting the brakes on or for decelerating, all right, in crucial change of direction positions. So next one is the teaching movement, and we're gonna do side shuffle walks. So with side shuffle walks, is we're trying to teach that lateral gait cycle. So it's push, step, recover. So I'll show you real quick and then we'll get going here just to be sure. So we're in our athletic stance. It's a push with that back leg, step with the front leg, and then recover. All right, so everything's gonna be on my command. I'm gonna say push, step, recover. Ready? Push, step, recover. All right. Ready? Push, step, and recover. There we go, now we got it. Push, step, and recover. Now we're gonna do push, step, and then hold it. Ready? Push, step, hold it. Now, a couple things we're looking here for. Good. Good extension, right? Extension hip, knee, all the way through. And if it was a little bit more explosive, we would probably see some extension in the ankle, but also in that step, we've got a vertical shin, and that's what we want there, right? So we wanna watch that knee dropping inside and try to keep that shin vertical. Recover. Good. And then we're gonna use another cue here. We're staying in the tunnel. Ready? Push, step, recover. So we're not moving up and down on this. Push, step, recover. Now we're gonna go back to our left. Ready? Push, step, recover. Now we're forcing and focusing on
pressure through the ground. So we want to attack the ground here. Ready? Push, step, and recover. Good. So it's this backside leg that develops our power. Ready? Push, step, recover. Good. One more, and drive that right foot into the ground. Attack the ground. Ready? Push, step, recover. Good, and relax. All right. So a lot of cueing that can go on there, and really just helps teach us that lateral gait cycle, proper lateral movement patterns there. All right, so now we're gonna go jump stops, and we're gonna move a little bit. So we're gonna work out of our sprint stance, right? So we'll go right leg forward here. We're opposite arm, opposite leg. We wanna make sure we have good positive shin angle, right? So we're gonna just bring this knee forward a little bit here. We're gonna bring this arm up, keep those arms nice and relaxed. So now it's going to be, we're gonna utilize this attack the ground cue a little bit more, and it's a push punch. So I want to think of pushing my front foot through the ground and punching with my back arm. All right. We're going to run to the top cone, and we're going to do a jump stop. So we're going to land in our athletic stance. Okay. Ready, and go. Jump stop. Good. Now, the one thing we'll talk about here too is we want to sprint into the tunnel. So basically, we want to sink our hips, lower our head down, and land in our athletic stance. Good, relax. You guys can turn and jog back. And we're going to do that again. So we're going to do that 2 more times. Ready, and go. Good, relax. Jog back, 1 more. We really want to emphasize now the speed movement on this, because it is a warm-up. It doesn't have to be entirely explosive. It can be more of a run and less of a sprint, so that again we can focus on cueing and proper movement patterns. So on this one, I really want to make sure you focus on that push punch. So push that front foot to the ground, push that back arm through, eyes down, sprint to the tunnel. Ready, go. Good, nice, stable. Strong positions, good job. Jog it back. Now we're going to stay with that sprint stance start, okay? Our traditional standing start position. And now what we're going to do at the top is we're going to go lateral jump stops. So we're still going to emphasize push punch in our start. We're going to run to the top. We're going to sprint into the tunnel. And now we're just going to do lateral jump stops. So we're going to make a 90-degree turn, and we're going to be facing to our left. All right, here we go. Push punch and go. Lateral jump stop into the tunnel. Good, now one of the things we're looking for here is positioning, hips down, athletic stance, flat back, vertical shins. I want to see vertical shins, and I want to see knees and toes pointing in the same direction. That's perfect, good. Relax, jog it back. And that's why we stick and hold in this position here too, because they're not always going to land with the vertical shins or the toes and knees pointing ahead. But when we stop and pause and hold at the top, that allows us to see it, change it, and fix it. All right, push punch, ready, go. Good, relax, jog it back. Now we did 2 with a lateral jump stop to the left. Now make sure whatever volume you do on this, it's even. You do 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Okay, so we're going to go 2 more, and we're going to do jump stop to the right here. Left foot forward, ready, and go. Good, vertical shins, excellent. All right, jog it back. We got 1 more. Ready, and go. Perfect, good job. Relax, jog it back. Good. So with block 1, we are doing much more cueing, but every once in a while, just kind of let them go through the drill, sit back, watch, observe, add that cueing in if you need it. All right, now we're going to do lateral bound. So there's 2 ways you can do a lateral bound. One is where you're going left leg jump, right leg landing. Today for us, because of what we're focusing on, we're going to do left leg jump, double leg landing. So we're going to go single leg jump to double leg landing. So our lateral bound, we're going to start in that single leg athletic stance. So going back to kind of those snap downs we worked on. So we're in this position here. we're jumping out to our right, landing on 2, reset on 1, landing on 2 again, okay? So that's kind of what we're gonna be working on. Now with this, we wanna bring back those attack the ground cues, and we wanna think push punch. So we're gonna line up on our left leg. So you wanna think push that left leg into the ground, punch that left arm across that body. We're gonna jump out to the right, land in our athletic stance. Ready? Go. Good. Now we're looking there, we're sticking and holding. Same thing, lateral jump stop position, vertical shins, knees, toes lined up, good hip angles, good, and flat back. All right, so back on that left leg again. Left arm back. Ready, push, punch, go. Good, let's do it again. One more. Ready, push, punch, go. Good, and we're really trying to rip that arm across that body on that punch. So let's relax. All right, we're gonna regroup, reset, and we're gonna go back to the left now. So that means we're starting on our right leg. Push, punch, push that right foot in the ground. Punch that right arm across the body. Big jump, land on 2. Ready, go. Nice, hold it. We're looking for vertical shins. Good hip positioning, toes, knees lined up. Once you've got that, stand up, relax, reset. Ready, and go. Good, one more. Ready, and go. Nice, good job, relax. So those are our lateral bounds. Now the last one in this movement category that we want to do is hip switches. All right, so basically with the hip switches here, we're looking to help with creating lower body, upper body separation. Now in change of direction, we need to be able to have that. We need to be able to have that mobility and that separation where our lower body can do one thing, our upper body can do another. Hip switches are a great way to help teach that. So with the hip switches, what I want them to do is they're gonna stand centered over this line, facing me. All right? And now, so when I say ready, we're gonna break down into our athletic stance. When I say go, we're gonna do quick feet. Now, we're not gonna make this very reactive. It's all gonna be on command. I'm gonna say left 2 times. I'm gonna say right 2 times. What I want you to do is snap those hips, put both toes on the line, and always come back to your athletic stance, keeping your shoulders squared up. All right, so we're gonna go 2 to the right, 2 to the left, and we're gonna repeat that pattern. Ready, and go. So we got quick feet, up, so it'll be on my command. Quick feet, that's okay. Resh just likes to do her own thing. All right, ready, right. Other one, right. There we go. We'll do that again, right. We'll go left. We'll go left. Then we're gonna go right. We're gonna go right. And we're gonna go left. And we're gonna go left. Perfect, okay. So this was good because we got to see right and wrong. Sorry guys. So Resh, I'm gonna have you do a couple here for me. All right, ready? Quick feet and go. So notice how keeps our shoulders facing me and just her hips are gonna turn. Ready? Right? Good. Left? Good. Relax. So what we have there is that upper body, lower body separation. She had that ability to keep her shoulders facing me while her hips went into another direction. Right? And so with the hip switches, that's really what we're looking for there, is to create that mobility in the lower body there and be able to have those hips turn independently of the shoulder. Right? So Greg had his shoulders squared up with his hips the whole time. So Greg, just make sure you go back and do the same thing you did. Ready? And go. Right? So notice how he turned the whole body. Left. Good. Relax. And we see that a lot, right? And what we don't want is when we're changing directions, we don't want that full body turn. I want to be able to have my hips turn independently of my shoulders. And so that's why we incorporate the hip switch into our block 1 movement patterns to teach that separation specifically. All right, good job guys. Okay, so that's our movement prep. Now we're gonna get into our drills. And again, like we said, all right, these are all closed change drills where the parameters are set. And we're also gonna begin to implement a lot more stick and hold with our basic movement patterns. So the drill is going to be, we only need 3 cones. Each one of these cones is about 10 feet apart. all right? You can adjust the space on your own for whatever your needs are. But for today, like I said, 3 cones, 10 feet apart. So our first one we're gonna do is we're really gonna try to emphasize a lot of jump stops at each of our cones. We'll incorporate some lateral jump stops, but mostly forward-facing jump stops. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna sprint 5 yards, and we're gonna do a jump stop here. Then I'm gonna say go, and we're gonna backpedal 5 yards into our sprint stance. Then after that, we're gonna sprint 10, lateral jump stop, side shuffle 5, stick and hold, and then we're gonna turn, sprint, and finish on the jump stop. All right, so again, it's gonna be sprint 5 yards, stick and hold. On my command, we'll backpedal 5 yards, stick and hold. On my command, we're gonna sprint 10 yards, stick and hold. Side shuffle 5 yards, or 5 feet, stick and hold, and then sprint for 5. All right, so each cone, we're changing directions. We're gonna start sprint stance, sprint 5 feet, and hold. Ready? And go. Sprint 5, just stop, stick and hold. Now we're gonna backpedal and stick and hold in our sprint stance. Ready? Go. Stick and hold. Now each one of these stick and holds allows us to make sure we're in the proper position. Now we're gonna sprint 10 into a lateral jump stop. Ready? Go. Now we're gonna side shuffle 5, stick and hold. Ready? Go. And we're gonna turn and sprint, finishing on a jump stop. Go. Perfect. Relax. Closed drill, parameters are set, a lot of stick and hold, right? And again, we're implementing these early on either to teach positions, or this is a great thing to add in during maybe a recovery week where you want intentionally low volume, low intensity, and just be able to incorporate and get back into some of the basics. Okay? So good job there. Everybody good? All right, so we're gonna do that again. Ready? And go. All right. Stick and hold, backpedaling 5, go. Stick and hold, and sprinting 10 to a lateral jump stop, go. Side shuffling 5, lateral jump stop, go. We're gonna turn, sprint, stick and hold, go. Good, relax. Now one of the things that we're gonna rewind here, 5 feet just to cover, is we're actually gonna bring you back up here to your lateral jump stop position. So face me. Okay. So on this lateral jump stop position, from a lateral to a forward facing sprint, the one thing I wanna focus on is what's called a directional step. So out of this position, what Resh is gonna do is we're gonna bring back some of that lateral gait cycle where it's a push step, so we don't need to go that wide, we're gonna close up a little bit, but that left foot is the directional step because it's gonna point in the direction we're going. Good, relax, so come back. So the first thing we wanna do here is be able to create force with our back leg. So we're gonna push, we're opening up our hips and our foot in the direction we wanna go, and now we're moving into our sprint. Okay? What we don't want to see is that step first, but it's almost a simultaneous with a slight lead of that back leg where there's that quick extension and we're getting that force production into the ground as we're turning and running. All right, so good job. All right. Now you can do 2 on the right side and then 2 on the left side, right? Keep it even and make sure we're hitting our directional patterns from both sides. So what we're going to do now, though, is we're going to move on to the next one. So this is going to have a little bit more of a lateral jump stop emphasis to it. So we're going to sprint 5 yards, lateral jump stop, stick and hold, side shuffle 5 feet, stick and hold. Now we're going to incorporate that lateral, that directional step that we just talked about. We're going to go from our lateral jump stop position into a sprint for 10 yards. Lateral jump stop, side shuffle 5 yards, and turn and sprint. So let me go through that again real quick. So it's going to be sprint, lateral jump stop, side shuffle, sprint, lateral jump stop, side shuffle, sprint. All right, so it's gonna be stick and hold at each position, so I'll walk you through it. So it's sprint 5, lateral jump stop facing me. Ready? Go. Good stick and hold position. All right, we're side shuffling back 5. Ready? Go. Stick and hold. Good directional step. Create force with that back leg. Point that right toe to your right a little bit, and we're springing 10. Ready? Go. Good lateral jump stop there. That's okay. Side shuffle 5. Ready? Go. Stick and hold. We're going to turn sprint 5. Finish with a lateral jump stop. Ready? Go. Perfect. Relax. All right. That was good. So a lot going on there, right? But that's why we've got that stick and hold. We're going through a lot of our basic movement patterns, a lot of sprint, a lot of shuffle, and a lot of changing directions back and forth between those two. Okay? All right. We good for one more here? All right. So let's start out of that sprint stance again. Sprint 5, lateral jump stop facing in. Ready? Go. Good. Now we're going to side shuffle 5, stick and hold. Ready? Go. Nice. Directional step to the right, sprint 10, lateral jump stop. Ready? Go. Nice. Side shuffle 5, lateral jump stop. Go. Stick and hold. Directional step to your left, lateral jump stop. Go. Relax. Good. Perfect. Great job, guys. That was excellent. All right. So those were 2 good closed drill exercises we can do where we're emphasizing a lot of stick and hold positions, but again, we're incorporating a lot of our basic movement patterns. And like I said before, this is great for early on, just starting off, right? Or just during a deload week where you need to take down the volume and intensity. All right, so great job, and make sure you check back next time for lock 2, change of direction. Thanks.